Christine McPherson, who prefers to be called Lady Bird, it's her given name, she insists, in the sense that it's given to me, by me, is a senior at a Catholic girls' high school. Sister Sarah Joan, Lois Smith, the principal, has read Lady Bird's college application essay. It's clear how much you love Sacramento, Sister Sarah remarks. This comes as a surprise, both to Lady Bird and the viewer, who is by now aware of Lady Bird's frustration with her hometown. I guess I pay attention, she says, not wanting to be contrary. Don't you think they're the same thing, the wise sister asks. The idea that attention is a form of love, and vice versa, is a beautiful insight, and in many ways it's the key to Lady Bird, Greta Gerwig's beautiful, insightful new film, the first for which she is solely credited as writer and director. Ms. Gerwig, a Sacramento native and member of her heroine's generation, the movie takes place mostly during the 2002-03 academic year, knows her characters and their world very well. Her affection envelops them like a secular form of grace, not uncritically, but unconditionally. And if you pay the right kind of attention to Lady Bird, absorbing its riffs and digressions as well as its melodies, its choral passages along with its solos and duets, you will almost certainly love it. It's hard not to. Lady Bird herself may be a bit more of a challenge. Played with dauntless precision by Saoirse Ronan, already, at 23, one of the most formidable actors in movies today, Lady Bird can give herself and everyone around her a hard time. Not because she is especially reckless or troubled, Lady Bird is the farthest thing from a melodrama of youth gone wild, but because she insists on asserting her own individuality, even when she's not quite sure what that means. She tackles the practical and spiritual project of becoming who she is with the mixture of self-assurance and insecurity common to adolescents of a certain sensitive kind. She is idealistic and hypocritical, self-centered and generous, a rebel and a conformist, an enthusiast and a skeptic. A typical American teenager, but also and therefore a unique bundle of contradictory and confusing impulses. I want you to be the very best version of yourself, says her judgmental, habitually disappointed mother, Marion, Laurie Metcalf. But what if this is the best version? Lady Bird responds. It's a sharp, sardonic line, one of many, and also an anguished existential question. Christine, to use the name Marion gave her, wants to satisfy her mother, which is a difficult task because the standards seem impossibly high and subject to change without notice. She also wants to be true to her own desires and convictions, which is difficult for other reasons. While Lady Bird honors the gravity of Christine's struggle, it hardly neglects the everyday absurdity of her plight. The very first scene begins in tears. Mother and daughter, listening to an audiobook of The Grapes of Wrath while driving home from a college tour, cry over the novel's moving final sentences. Their shared moment of literary catharsis quickly devolves into an argument, which is punctuated by a startling and hilarious jolt of physical comedy, one of many.